When assembling your Echo portable toilet, these will be the tools needed for assembly: a drill, an impact driver, a rivet gun, a 7/16 nut driver and a 7/16 wrench, a 3/16 drill bit, a 1/4-inch drill bit, a Phillips head screwdriver or a Phillips head drill bit, a 7/16 nut driver drill bit, and a 3/8 nut driver drill bit. If you are assembling an Echo with cap nuts, you will also need a rubber mallet, a block of wood, and an optional clamp tool. The parts needed for assembly will include a 14 by 1.5 inch gold high-low screw, a 14 by 5/8 bonded washer, a 1/4 inch by 1 inch stainless steel bolt, a 1/4 inch by 2.5 inch stainless steel bolt, a 1/4 inch flat stainless steel washer, a 1/4 inch stainless steel lock nut, a 3 by 16 times 9 by 16 tapered end rivet, a 5 by 8 by 3/16 rubber washer, a 3/16 cap nut, a 3/16 by 3/8 aluminum steel pull rivet, a 3/16 stainless steel rivet washer, a mirror anchor, a screw and lock nut that comes with the toilet seat, and a large flange 3/16 rivet. Now that you have all your tools and parts, you will begin the assembly with your 3 side panels set up like this, either on a table, sawhorse, or a pair of spare tanks like I am using here. Then grab 2 T-molds, and if you are using cap nuts, grab 16 of the 3 by 16 times 9 by 16 tapered end rivets and 16 cap nuts. Once you have all this ready to go, start by leaning back one of the side panels and slide the T-molding on. Then connect the T-molding to the other side panel. Once the T-mold is connected, take one of the 3 by 16 by 9 by 16 tapered end rivets, push it through the bottom side of the hole, then take a cap nut and push it firmly onto the rivet. Repeat this process until all the holes on this side are filled. Once this is done, take the rubber mallet and block of wood and press the block of wood firmly on the bottom side of the rivet and use the mallet to lock the cap nut in place. Do this to each cap nut. You could also use the optional clamp tool to clamp the cap nuts down. Once this is done on this side, repeat the same process on the other side. If you're using rivets instead of cap nuts, grab your rivet gun along with 16 large flange rivets and 16 backing washers. Then lean back one of the side panels and slide the T-molding on. Once the T-molding is on the side panel, connect the T-molding to the other side panel. Proceed to place a rivet in your rivet gun, and without pressing the trigger, push the rivet through the end hole from the bottom side and place a washer on the rivet. Then pull the trigger on your rivet gun and pop your rivet into place. Repeat this process through each hole until the side panel is secure with all holes filled. Then repeat this same process on the other side panel. Now that we have completed this on both sides, we will now add on the base. Make sure you grab 4 1/4 inch by 1 inch stainless steel bolts with bonded washers, 3 14 by 1.5 inch gold high-low screws with bonded washers, and your impact driver with a 7/16 nut driver and a 3/8 nut driver. Once you have these tools, take the base with the tank hole on top and slide it underneath the panel. Once the base is in position, you may have to lean it forward a little bit to align the 2 end holes with the pre-drilled riv nuts. Then take the 1/4 inch by 1 inch stainless steel bolts with bonded washers and finger tighten them into 4 pre-drilled riv nuts. Once the 4 bolts are in place, grab your impact driver and 3/8 nut driver along with your 3 14 by 1.5 inch gold high-low screws with bonded washers and secure them into the 3 remaining holes. Once the gold high-low screws are secure, then take the 7/16 nut driver and secure the 4 1/4 inch by 1 inch stainless steel bolts. At this point, your base is now secured onto the panels. Next, we will attach the roof with the hole for the vent stack on the upper left side. You will need your rivet gun, a 3/16 large flange rivet with a rubber washer, and a 3/16 backing washer. Once you have these ready to go, take a large flange rivet with a rubber washer on it and put it through one of the top corners on the roof side. And then place a backing washer on the panel side. Then pop the rivet. Then do this same process to the other corner. Once both corners are secure, continue to pop rivet the roof to all 3 side panels. Once this is done, your roof is now secure and you are ready to stand your toilet up. Once your toilet is standing, grab your tank and your vent stack and slide the vent stack into the tank. Then, if you have a urinal, grab it from the inside of the tank and place it into its designated hole. Then, place the tank inside the toilet. Take the vent stack and push it through the roof. Next, you will attach the door. Slide the door in position underneath the roof, and make sure the holes at the bottom are aligned with the pre-drilled riv nuts that are in the base. Then take 2 3/16 large flange rivets, 2 backing washers, and a rivet gun. Or if you are using cap nuts, take a 3/16 by 9/16 tapered end rivet and a cap nut, and have your mallet and block of wood ready to go. Then, if you are using rivets, you will rivet 1 hole on each side of the door to keep it in place. And if you are using cap nuts, you will do the exact same thing, except this time you will put the 3/16 by 9/16 tapered end rivet through the front side and push the cap nut through the back. Then take your block of wood and put it on the rivet side and use your mallet to secure the cap nut. Now that we have the door in place, we will now lean our toilet back down. Then, if you are using rivets or cap nuts, continue the same process and finish out each hole in the door. Once this is done, while still holding your rivet gun, grab 6 3/16 large flange rivets with rubber washers and 6 backing washers, and move on to finish your roof. Now that your roof is secure, you will now grab 2 1/4 inch by 1 inch stainless steel bolts with bonded washers, 12 14 by 1.5 inch gold high-low screws with bonded washers, an impact driver, a 7/16 nut driver bit, and a 3/8 nut driver bit. Once you have these, take the 1/4 inch by 1 inch stainless steel bolt and finger tighten it into the pre-drilled riv nuts on both sides of the door. Then take your 3/8 nut driver and 4 of your 14 by 1.5 gold high-low screws and secure them into the 4 remaining holes. Once the gold high-low screws are secure, then take the 7/16 nut driver and secure the 1/4 inch by 1 inch stainless steel bolts. Once your door is fully secure, you will continue with the 14 by 1.5 inch gold high-low screws with bonded washers, and use the remaining 8 to lock down the sides. Now that your base is secure, you are ready to stand your toilet back up. Now that your toilet is stood up, we are now going to set the tank. You will still need your impact driver with your 3/8 nut driver bit, along with 7 14 by 1.5 gold high-low screws with bonded washers. Once you have all this ready to go, you will look on the back side of your toilet for 3 specific indentions. 1 in the very middle, 1 on the far left, and 1 on the far right. These 3 indentions on the back side of the toilet will be where you drill your gold high-low screws in order to set the tank. Then, on either side panel on the toilet, you will find 2 indentions, 1 on the back side as I'm showing you here, and 1 not in the middle but right above the hexagon. These are the 2 indentions you will use to set the tank on the side panels. Now that the tank is secure, we will move on to the interior of the toilet. To install the urinal, first you will drill out 2 indentions on the side panel with a 1/4 inch drill bit. Then, if you are using cap nuts, you will push your 3/16 by 9/16 tapered in rivets through the urinal and these two holes. And have a person on the outside pop on a cap nut to each rivet. Then, take your block of wood and push against the rivets, while the person on the outside secures the cap nuts in place with a rubber mallet. Once these two cap nuts are secured, then drill out the hole on top of the urinal drain pipe and place your rivet in there. Have your person on the outside cap it and then secure it again with a block of wood and a mallet. You now have successfully secured your urinal. If you are using rivets instead of cap nuts, do this same process except with 3/16 large flange rivets and backing washers. Next, we will attach the toilet paper holder. We have the option between a 3-row holder or a 2-row holder. In this example, we will be attaching a 3-row holder. If you are attaching the 2-row holder, only drill out the front 4 holes, not all 6. But as for this scenario, we will drill out all 6 holes using a 1/4-inch drill bit for the 3-row holder. If you are using rivets, take your rivet gun and put it through the top middle hole on the outside. Then, put your toilet paper holder on the rivet. Once the toilet paper holder is on there, apply a 3/16 backing washer and pop the rivet. Then continue this process until your toilet paper holder is fully secured. Once your toilet paper holder is secure, don't forget to add the toilet paper rod. If you are using cap nuts instead of rivets, do this same process except with the cap nuts and the mallet and hammer. Now we will attach the shelf. First, take your 3/16 drill bit and drill out 4 holes in the top right corner. Then have a person on the outside of the toilet with 4 3/16 rivets, 4 backing washers, and a rivet gun. Stick the rivet in one of the holes farthest away from the corner, and then have the person on the inside put the shelf onto the rivet and then the backing washer onto the rivet. Then tell the person on the outside to pop the rivet. Then pop rivet the other corner and continue to pop rivet each hole until the shelf is secured. Next, we will secure the vent stack in place. Have one person on the inside holding the vent stack ready to move it, and have one person on the outside using a 2x4 block of wood as a measuring guide, ready to make sure the vent stack is the same height as the 2x4. Once your vent stack is at the right height, then find the indentation where the tank and the vent stack meet, and secure the vent stack with a 14x1.5 gold high-low screw with bonded washer. Next, we will add on the mirror using a 1/4-inch drill bit. Hold the mirror in place and drill out all 4 holes. Make sure when you're drilling to pull out immediately so you don't go through the front of the door. Next, take your 4 mirror anchors and push them in place to secure your mirror. Now your mirror is secure. Next, we will attach the door latch. First, take your red-green sticker and angle it using this diagonal line on the latch. Before we begin to install the latch, make sure to check that the red and green shows perfectly when you turn it. Now that you have your sticker on, take your Phillips head screwdriver and pop a hole right in the middle of the sticker. Then grab your 1/4-inch by 2.5-inch stainless steel bolt, 2 1/4-inch washers, 1 1/4-inch lock nut, and your 7/16 wrench and 7/16 nut driver. Once you have these, take your 1/4-inch by 2.5-inch stainless steel bolt with 1 1/4-inch washer on it and push it through the hole. Then push your latch onto the back side of it as far as you can. If you can't get the bolt flush by pushing it on there, use your nut driver to screw it on the rest of the way until the bolt is flush. Then on the other side, put another 1/4-inch washer on, and then take your 1/4-inch lock nut and finger tighten it on. Once your lock nut is on there, use your 7/16 wrench to hold the bolt on the front side of the door, while you take your 7/16 nut driver and tighten the lock nut until you can see about 3 threads coming out of it. Make sure the latch has a good feel to it when turning it. Not too loose, but not too tight. Now for our last step, we will add on the toilet seat. Line up the toilet seat to match the holes in the back, and then take the screws that come with the toilet seat and slide them through each hole. Now grab the 2 lock nuts that come with the toilet seat, and using the dome side on top, finger tighten them onto the screws. Next, either take a Phillips head screwdriver or a Phillips head drill bit and hold the lock nut while you screw it tight. And now your toilet seat is secured. Your J&J Echo is now fully assembled. If you have any other questions, make sure to call us at 1-800-345-3303 or 706-743-1900. Thank you for watching this assembly video, and we hope you have a great day from your friends at J&J.